Hello, everybody, and welcome back once again to Goonies World, where, as always, I am Ryan, also known as Meanie, and I am joined, as always, by Colin, also known as Goonie.
Hey, man.
And Sean, also known as Johnny Pharaoh.
Hey, how y'all doing?
And once again, joining us from the West Coast, the best coast, Scott, also known as Rev.
Hello. That was such a weak hello. It was such a weak hello. Hello.
Well, hello, crime. Hello, crime, because tonight we are going to try to steal the golden statue of the Incan god Viracocha from the basement vault of the Jupiter Springs Museum of Art in lovely 1980s Jupiter Springs, California. And we're back with our friends Tony Fingers Farconi and Giuseppe Funeral something. Funari and Kai Flo Filipowski, who have made great strides in prepping to steal this thing over the last 2 episodes, and now hopefully they can steal it. I believe you guys just left the museum after some unpleasantness and some awkwardness, which you can catch up on by listening to the last episode. We won't recap. And you guys were at your car a few blocks away, having just left. You're all still a little bit coked up, and you got a little more. You got enough to last you through the evening if you're not crazy with it. Although some of it has been used by your new friend Rosanna, who you did get her number, by the way.
I did. Left. Of course. Yes.
Of course, yes. And so there you are. In about an hour and a half to 2 hours, they're going to have this wine and cheese event when it gets darker in the evening at the art gallery. And again, it might be easier to get in and move around if there's lots of people, or it might not be. We'll see. But how do you guys want to spend your time between now and the beginning of this wine and cheese event, where hopefully you can steal the statue and get it to the Starfish Arcade where your friend Harvey works and get paid $10,000 you're going to get for stealing it?
I think we should probably talk about how we're actually going to get it out.
Yeah.
Do we know how big it is?
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, we forgot to ask that. Our car might not be big enough, you know? We might have to rent a U-Haul or something, and back it up.
Yeah, we really definitely need to know how big it is, or just take a chance that it won't be that big. Jeez.
Yeah, but if we take a chance and it's this 10-foot statue,
right.
But if we, if it's small, then, it doesn't matter, because, I think we should, rent a truck and, get dollies and stuff, just in case, But if it's in a safe, is it well, we know what the safe, what type of safe it is. Is this
it's a
big,
big safe? It's a vault type safe, that's why.
Okay.
But it's probably not the only thing in there. If it had been a much smaller safe, there wouldn't have been county deed records of it.
Yeah.
So, is it? Should we brainstorm? I have kind of a brainstorm plan, where funeral will cause a distraction, and then you and I will go down to the basement and somehow get the security guard to go back upstairs to address what's going on with with the distraction, possibly. Or is that too much heat? Mm-hmm. That's not going to give us enough time, because I need 20 minutes to break into the.
Well, you feel like on a good day it's about a 15-minute attack time, as they say in the trade.
Okay.
To bore the hole, manipulate the lock gates, and disengage it and open it up, and so 15 minutes, 20 minutes, yeah.
Right.
And I'm going to assume this conversation is happening during a drive in the car, by the way, so I can picture the action at the moment.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know where you're going, so I'll assume it's a meandering drive through lovely spring, late afternoon in northern.
I'm actually going to Funeral's hotel room or motel room that
Holiday
he has
Holiday Inn.
rented. And but yeah, as they're driving,
So, what kind of distraction you thinking about there?
Or do you like?
I think it's a good idea, but
Okay.
I could. I'm thinking about maybe like a hostage situation. You know.
See, yeah, like I knew you were gonna go that way. I was gonna suggest like maybe someone else like makes the distraction, because I think if Funeral like does this stuff, he's gonna like shoot a bunch of people. You know.
Mm-hmm. He's right. You really can't control your rage. You're a rageaholic.
You know, I could like make a distraction. Like I could just like go like freak out, like have a seizure and stuff. You know.
It's actually a really good distraction. It's a real 1980s movie distraction, fellas.
Maybe you could like fucking do an actual like overdose. Maybe we could get some more of that snow, and you just do a whole bunch of blow, and then you flip the fuck out and start like having a seizure and shit in your pants.
I'm going to say that the second you say Snow, Flo, who has a problem that needs to rear its head on this episode, he's got a drug problem, and the second you remind him that he has some and still has quite a bit, do you guys, during your drive to your hotel, would you all like to have some more snow to make your afternoon drive nice? After all, it is almost rush hour.
That reminds me, I'm gonna do some snow.
Let it snow.
I was going to make you roll for it, hey, but jump right in.
I'm gonna snort some snow.
Does anyone want to try to resist it?
No.
You're the only one I'm going to
No.
make roll. Okay.
No, I'm fine.
All right. Never mind.
We
Dan,
could like.
I'm trying to contrive a way to get you to roll something so you'll get a 1.
I guess the other idea that I would have is that we could somehow put in some like liquid acid into the punch bowl or something, and basically drug the entire party.
Well, I know a guy that's got some nice fucking liquid LSD, man. Some juice, you know. But like, I don't know if that's gonna work or not. But
Or just the security guards, possibly. Like we could drug the security guards. I don't know. What Funeral? You're being quiet.
I'm thinking.
And he's also coked up and driving,
That's
so
true.
he's trying not to have another repeat incident of a station wagon mom.
I put my hand on your leg, like very comfortingly. I don't know why. Just wanted to feel your thigh.
Yeah, it's like as big around as my fucking. It's a fucking Christmas hand. my thigh, not my dick.
We're getting
That boy got Christmas ham. He got Christmas ham. Hey, it's Christmas ham, Dick and his orchestra. Where'd that come from? I don't know. It's gotta be a
Oh
thing.
man, I'm sorry.
Okay.
So, I don't know about. Maybe we could drug everybody. Because now I think if we did get some like liquid acid LSD, right, and we put it in the punch bowl, and then everybody's like tripping out, but they don't really know what's going on, and then Flo starts fucking freaking out and having a seizure and shitting his pants and stuff, then everybody's gonna be fucking flipping the fuck out.
Yeah.
you like really want me to shit my pants? I mean, I can do that, but like, I don't know. I'm gonna have to like need something like really strong.
You guys by now are pulling up outside in the parking lot of the Holiday Inn by the county highway.
All right, well let's go see who's gonna fit into this fucking security guard uniform.
Well, you guys go back into the lobby, go back to your room, get that chlorine smell from the swimming pool, and that nice stale motel room air. And so you guys all take turns putting on the suit. And I don't know which one of you guys is going to fit best, but it's definitely not going to fit anyone who's that far out of the average, which leaves out Funeral.
It's not going to fit
Funeral is both
Christmas ham thighs.
yeah, with those Christmas ham thighs. It's not going to fit Funeral. He's too short and too thick. So that leaves it down between you two, and it will fit either one of you.
Well,
again,
since Flo is going to probably, he mentioned something about the distraction, right? So it'll probably have to be me, right? I'll have to squeeze into it.
Yeah, I think you should be the security
Plus, that'll
guard.
put me close to the vault.
So you've got the guy's wife and his job now. Congratulations.
Yeah, right.
You're a home
I'm about
wrecker,
to
man.
steal from the museum, and I probably impregnated his ex. So
You hope. I know you hope, but time will
Can
tell.
we roll for that at the very end as an epilogue?
We can roll for it at the very end, and if we ever return for the part 2 of this, then maybe it'll be 10 years later and you've got a sidekick.
Right.
But no, or it's 25 years later and you're the kid.
Yeah.
But because this is in the 80s, there's room for that. But let's not look too far ahead. We have a lot of ground to cover. So you guys go, you try out, you realize either one of you can wear it. You guys decide that probably it should be fingers. And so by now, maybe you want to get a quick bite down at the grill they have attached to the Holiday Inn. Or maybe you don't like working on a full stomach, but dusk is when this, after dinner drinks type time is when this thing starts, about 6:30. And, it's late afternoon when you left the place. And I think it was late afternoon when you got there.
Yeah.
So
We should definitely
time's getting pretty close.
we should definitely go and eat and carb load before a big game. So.
But he's gotta have, gotta have a nice full belly for all that shit that's gonna come out of your ass.
Yeah.
Christ.
Down there at the Holiday Inn Grill, you guys, you have some steaks, couple, whatever you think will do the trick.
Charge it all to my room.
Charge it all. Absolutely, sir. So they don't get a lot of high rollers here at the Holiday Inn in Jupiter Springs. But after eating a nice big meal, carb loading, you really are not sure that there's time to rent a truck and dollies. But if you're gonna do that, you got about half an hour before places close.
Well, we can. Somebody
you might
can
not even need it.
Right? Could we hotwire maybe a truck or something? Just walk down the street
that's
and look
also-
for a truck to
That's
hotwire.
also fun.
We
I
should.
think
maybe,
that's also fun.
since we don't have time to rent one, and I think it really can't. It can't be appreciated enough how much of a trail we've left everywhere we've went.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's a wonder
whatever.
that we're not caught yet.
Well, I think the most likely thing for you to steal, there are airport shuttle type vans that this place has, but they don't see a lot of action, right? So these 2 vans, they're cargo style vans that are parked in the back of the Holiday Inn. They have the Holiday Inn logo on them and everything, but obviously no one's using them right now, and really they need both of them. So those would be the most obvious targets if you wanted to steal something. It might not get noticed for a while because they're parked down in the back, and,
Let's do
out
it.
of the way. But you could also look for something with a flat bed or something that's off the street. I don't know. But those do seem like fairly nice little targets.
I think if any team needs to roll in a Holiday Inn van, it's us.
Yeah. Very appropriate. And can we remove a couple rows of seats just in case?
Well, let's go take a look at it. See, let's open up that van and take a look. So I assume you guys go down together. Now it's dark now, which is good, but it's not pitch black yet. It's just deep purple. Ooh. And when you creep out in the parking lot, and of course the mountains are in the distance. Gosh, you know why people move to Jupiter Springs. A beautiful country this is. And this is on the edge of town too, so you see plenty of the country in the Toloa Pines State Park. This is on the same stretch of highway, by the way, where that strip club is, where you go to get paid after you steal the statue. And as you guys approach the cargo vans, which one of you thinks that... None of you have specifically talked about hot wiring or breaking into cars in your background, but with 6 fingers, I imagine Tony might have the best shot at this. Even though you guys don't know his name is Tony. He's fingers to you.
Actually, we do because Blaine said it.
Oh, you do? You're right. Blaine did say it. In fact, that was the bad thing that happens. One of the characters is recognized and called by name.
That's right.
So Tony, you're gonna have to get into this thing and start it up, and we're gonna just, you know what? That should be 2 separate rolls.
Can I try the visor first? How many times have you seen the visor and the keys drop down?
Well, it should be great if the car itself was unlocked, but it's not. In fact, this would be easy for you. I'm just going to roll 1 dice to find the difficulty, and I only rolled a 2. So on 3 dice, adding together the top 2, you just have to get more than a 3, which should not be that hard. So, in fact, that is technically maybe you couldn't do it. You could roll 1s, but Ryan, go ahead and roll those for him.
I have rolled a 9.
Well, that's great.
But now I dropped the lowest, but if it's a 1, does it still count as a 1?
Oh yeah, any 1. You ignore 1s entirely, but any 1 counts as a 1. Yeah.
Okay, well, you got a 1.
Oh good. I just love having 1s. Okay. Well, you get in, and now I made this 2 separate rolls just so I maybe could get some 1s. Now you have to make another roll, which is to actually hotwire the thing. But
Right on.
again, this is easy. This is easy. Oh, but this time I actually rolled a 6 on the 1 dice for easy. And so you got to get a 7 or higher on 3 dice. So let's go again, Ryan, as Scott sends psychic waves to Ryan's hand to roll the dice for him.
That's going to be a 10.
10. Look at that. Look at that. Big 10 in my face. And
All right.
beautiful. Starts right up.
Hear the
And
purr.
Big 10 in my face.
And you see, the seats in the van can be folded down. It's just like meant for picking up, like 8 people at the airport. But you can fold them down too and make like a bed.
Oh,
So
good.
there you go.
All right, that's good enough, I think, hopefully.
All right, okay, so I imagine that Fingers is wearing the security guard costume that belongs
Yep.
to
Oh, for sure.
poor Barry, who is now being under observation.
He's a
in the
vegetable. That was a hell of a kick.
Well, and you're wearing that. The other guys, I guess, she's wearing the same clothes you had on earlier, and you go back into downtown Jupiter Springs. Park where?
Ooh. Around the back where the loading dock is.
Well, you drive around the back, and there is indeed an alley. And right on the other side of the alley, this is really gross because it's such a beautiful building, but on the other side, there's an auto repair place, but it's their back lot, right? It's the part that the people can't even see from the street because it's sandwiched in by the vacuum repair shop and some other things. But it's just a dirty, nasty yard with a chain link fence and stacks of crap and debris. Nevertheless, it's not nearly as nice a view of the building from the back. But that's where the dock is. And you guys park there. No one's standing out there to stop you, but there is another van. And it says a Chicken Well Catering Company.
Are they blocking our? Would they be blocking our exit?
No. Good question, though.
What do you guys think?
I think
Did we end up getting the fucking acid? I forgot.
Oh my god!
no, we don't. I don't know that we need the acid to cause a big distraction.
Probably true.
You probably had about time to get a truck or acid.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
And we opted to go with the truck. So,
And the party's going on, right? Right now, presently.
Yeah, just starting. In the front of the building, people are arriving. And it's not like some huge gala event. It's not like they got a red carpet and valet parking or anything. But especially the type of people who live in anywhere within an hour and a half of here, who are rich enough to give money to shit like museums, they've all been invited. And so it's a pretty high class crowd.
Well,
Probably local press is here.
when I stole Barry's clothes, did I also steal his keys?
Yes, and his little badge.
Okay, guys, I'm going around. I think I'm gonna go. I'm
Of
gonna
course,
go.
he's not an armed security.
I'm gonna go through the service entrance, though. I'm not gonna go through the front, am I?
I think that's a good plan, and we're just gonna go in and pretend to be looking at the fucking De Niro.
So
paintings.
I'm gonna go directly from the service entrance downstairs find my way downstairs, and hopefully by that time you guys will have made a distraction, and I can get the guard to go upstairs, and then I need you guys to hold for about 20 minutes, right? But then how do you guys break away to move this shit with me?
I don't know. Like you guys, if there's like somewhere we should have like walkie-talkies. We totally forgot to get walkie-talkies, man. But like, if you could like make a holler or some kind of signal or something, like I don't know. But like, or we could just time it, you know, like give you like a window.
Take Cracker Jack timing away.
All right.
Let's do that thing where we synchronize our watches, right?
There you go.
All right.
So in 5 minutes, all right, that you go try to replace the security guard, and then in 15 minutes after that, we'll come down and try to, or I'll come down and see if we can get into the vault while he continues making a distraction. And we'll scope it out from there and see, you know, how big the fucking thing is, if we're gonna need some more help, and how many people I want to need to kill on the way out.
We could also always pull the fire alarm too.
Oh yeah, it's good call.
Classic old school backup plan. Yeah. Well, I'm assuming then that you're going to dart into the back through the kitchens and the service entrance. Fingers.
Yes.
And meanwhile, the other two, you guys will walk around front.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we'll start with you, and you dash into the kitchen area, and you can see the catering staff's in here. They're making hors d'oeuvres and things like that, but no one takes a second glance at you. There's a guy in a security uniform walking around, and you're almost... but these people wouldn't know him on a day-to-day basis or even realize you don't work here. But you walk back out of the... And I call it a kitchen, but it's like a prep room in the back.
Before I walk out of the kitchen, I take a fork and put it in my pocket.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Just in case I have to defend myself.
Nice
later.
fork, too.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a nice fork, and it's a classy place. It's a salad fork.
All right, great.
So you got a lot of bread, which is good. Yeah. So, wider wound. So, you, to get downstairs, you know your friends already told you from your reconnaissance earlier that it's in the other modern art with the vagina paintings, the flower vagina paintings. It's in through that wing. And you walk through, and there's a few people in here, but most people are crowded. All the action is in the big room with the dome where the De Niro Senior paintings are. Just a few people in here, and they don't take any notice of you either. There's not another security guard in here. You make it over to the stairway. Yep, that says it. So just like your friend said. You take the stairs down, and you can see there's a hallway with a sign that says lecture hall with an arrow where they have, you know, small presentations, a little theater basically. But to your immediate right, it says personnel only on the door. That's it. But it's the only other door down here except for the entrance into the lecture hall. And that's where I'm just going to leave you for a second.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you two walk around the building. And let's see, I still got a 1, but I don't feel like springing my 1 on you guys yet. So I think you should be able to get into the building without any real hassles. It's not like a huge long line either. But when you do walk in, there's you see, you were just in here a little bit ago, so I don't need to describe it to you again, but the De Niro paintings are out. So last night they're going to be here. It's a traveling exhibit, so people who haven't seen them yet are here, and it's much more crowded than it was earlier. You think it's not like shoulder to shoulder. You'd be able to run through here if you had to, but people's voice, they're all talking, their voices are echoing on the rotunda above, and there's a fella who's standing there right when you walk in, and he's kind of in your way. He's staring at one of the paintings. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Well, exciting night, huh? He's a tall guy with broad shoulders, big chiseled chin, and yeah. Excuse me. I didn't mean to be in your way. I'm new in town. I'm an art dealer. I'm going to pick one of these up, maybe, hopefully. So.
Well, that's cool, man.
Are you a dealer as well?
Oh shit! I mean, I'm a dealer, but like I'm totally like I'm not selling right now, but I'm buying. Like,
Oh, you're buying.
You got any?
Well, no, I that's why I'm here to get. Yeah, that's what I'm here to get. Hoping to get my hands on something. Definitely. Have you heard if anyone's actually selling? Because I'd love to get my hands on one of these.
Yeah, I'll give you my boy's name, Troy.
Troy. Okay. And he can get me directly to De Niro Sr., do you think?
Oh, he's got tons of dinero, man.
Okay, great. Super. I'm going to do that. Okay. And what'd you say your name was, pal?
It's Clargle.
Clargle? That's a little bit weird. Say, are you giving me a fake name? Roll 2D. No, I want to think bullshitting people is part of your background. Roll 3D6, add the two highest together. But man, I just rolled 2D6. This is pretty challenging because that's a shitty lie. But you got to get higher than fucking 10, man. I don't know if you can do it. Higher than 10, like 11 or higher. Clargle.
Well, you got another one.
Oh, there you go.
And I rolled a 7. Or I got it all together. The two highest add up to 7.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry about that. Clargle, huh? All right. Well, listen, buddy. I was just trying to be polite. You're not giving me a made-up name.
Man, it's like totally my name, all right, man.
Clargle is your name.
Hey, Clark, my head giving you any problems?
Wait, man, I'm sorry.
See, man.
I'm sorry. And who are you? And I'm not a fuckhead, sir. I take offense to that.
I'm Din Dickin. I'm his fucking security guard.
Din Dickin? So I got Clargle and Din Dickin. That's what you're telling me. Oh, boy.
What's your problem, man?
You know, I may be from out of town. Right? That's what I guess with you West Coast people. You think we're all big squares, huh? Well, I'm telling you, I'm buying for the St. Louis Museum of Art, and I'll have you know that this is a very serious business, and I don't appreciate your sarcasm. All right? Either one of you. This is how things are.
Man.
This is how things are in Northern California. Well, to hell with you.
Yeah, go back to wherever the hell you said you were from.
I'm sorry. Is there some kind of a problem here? Says a security guard. I'm sorry. Is there an issue here? I heard raised voice. Well, these guys are.
Fucking... Oh, you go ahead. Do you advice?
Oh, yeah. I did that on purpose. No. And you guys both start explaining at the same time, and he's like, no, guys, I'm gonna have to ask you to shut it down or take it outside. One of the two.
You want to take it outside?
No, I don't want to take it outside. I'm just here to. Can I talk to you for a minute? And he beckons to the security guard, and they go off and talk together. And the security guard looks over at you guys, and he says, "Well, remember, I'm with the St. Louis. I'm here as a buyer." And he gets out something from his wallet and shows it to that guy. And then he puts his wallet back, and the guy looks back over at you, and he goes, "The security guard." Meanwhile, the art buyer walks off. "Sir, we've all agreed to just let this matter drop, but would you please, for the sake of the art gallery, refrain from further harassing that gentleman for the visit?"
Well, yeah, we're just telling him our names, and he got all like upset and shit.
Well, you guys look
like, I'm sorry my name offends you.
Meanwhile, you look down at your watches, and you realize you've got maybe like a minute to. That's being kind, about a minute to come up with whatever you're going to do. Meanwhile, you're at the bottom of the stairs. You're right next to the door. This is personnel only. Fingers. What do you want to do?
Oh, I'm going in the door that says personnel only. I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
It's locked. You go to open it. But
What kind of lock is it?
Well, it's just it's a regular key lock. But then you do remember you've got the keys of Barry's keys. You're wearing his clothes, and you've got his keys. So you don't know which one it is, though. You don't know which one of his keys it is. I don't know which one of his keys it is either. I think we're gonna have to roll to see, like.
But are we
if you can do this quick?
Are we assuming that I'm good at picking locks because I'm good at cracking safes?
Oh, you're definitely good at picking locks.
Because
you might be able to pick it quicker than you can pick out the key.
I'm gonna go ahead and take that fork out that I took from the kitchen, and I'm gonna bend 2 prongs down and make a little. I learned this when I was very young from my mentor.
Okay. Okay.
Dr. Steve. He taught me many things. He taught me, but he also taught me how to pick locks with a fork. He calls
Okay,
it.
well, I
he
think
calls
this
it.
is
He called it fork in the lock.
Well, I think this should be pretty forking easy for you. So roll one
Yes.
dice, but I did get a 6. So on 3 dice, he needs a 7 or more. On 3 dice,
Don't
adding
forget,
together the top
I have a
2.
hell of a kick as well.
So Ryan, if you want to roll that for him, I have 2 1s already. I wonder if I'll get more.
Well, that is going to be a 9.
Well. Look at that. And no 1s, I assume. And
Nope.
The door opens, and there's a guy sitting there with his feet up on the desk, and he is looking at cameras, but just one camera of the main room. It's just like one angle, black and white, real grainy. And he's also got a computer here, though. Very big, deep monitor, big Amstrad PC 1512. You've heard about this. And he's got his feet up on the desk, and he's got one of the plates of hors d'oeuvres. You know, the catering staff must have brought one down for him because he's got like pigs in a blanket
Right.
wrapped up with little toothpicks in them. And he's sitting there munching on them. And he says, "Who the hell are you?" He says, chewing his food.
I'm your replacement. I'm here to relieve you
Or what?
because
What?
the catering company just brought in some fresh food that you're gonna love.
Oh.
You gotta go up and check it out. You gotta go up and get a plate. And I'll take over for you. Take your break. It's time for your lunch.
Oh, well, that's-
an hour. Grab some food on the way out.
I don't understand exactly who you are. Because, I mean, they really replaced... Seems a little disrespectful that they replaced Barry so quickly. Are you just like a substitute, or what's the deal?
Actually, Barry, I am. I'm substituting for Barry, who I don't know if you heard what happened to him. He was caught in the bathroom naked with cocaine
I
and all
know.
that stuff.
I heard.
So they called
He's a
me,
friend
and
of
I'm
mine.
actually from downtown. They called me in from downtown, and I'm here, and I've got his keys right here.
Downtown? Downtown
they've
where?
Giving me the keys.
Downtown where?
Jesus Christ. I'm about at
Downtown.
this. Okay, can I just put a fork in his neck?
Yeah. Sure.
I'm gonna
sure.
just stab him. I'm gonna stab him in the neck with a fork. I mean, why not? What are we here for if we're not here to fork somebody?
That's challenging. So I'm gonna roll 2 dice. I got a 6 and a 2, so that's 8. And Ryan, roll 3 dice for him. We're gonna allow you to just assume stabbing people in the face or neck with a fork is part of your general area of expertise.
10.
Hey, what did I just say? I can't remember.
9, I think, is what he said.
Oh, 8. Yeah, 8.
8 or 9?
That was 8. And bam, you stab him in the neck. Is that where were you stabbing him?
Yeah, in the neck. I don't feel good about it because I've been pretty nonviolent this whole time. But he left me no choice. I tried to entice him with new food, and he didn't take it, so he had to go.
Well, that's very sad. And he's stabbed in the neck. And now, of course, this is a very fluid situation. Did you want him to die, or did you want to...
No,
You don't necessarily have to kill him, but I'm going to leave that up to you. Did you have murderous intent, or do you just want to shut him the fuck up?
No, I'm going to go in for the kill because why are we playing?
Okay.
Why are we playing
Bam.
this? Why are we playing this?
Why
game
are we
if
playing
can't
bad
go all the
guys
way?
if we're
Go
not-
all the fucking way? So just jam
Think
it
of
in.
everything else that we've done in the last 3 episodes. We have abused women. We have bought drugs from children. We have done cocaine while driving. We have had sex in bathrooms. So no, it's not our proudest moment.
No,
here.
it's not.
And Fingers replaced Barry multiple times.
You know what?
Yes, that's right.
I'm a team player. That's all I want to say. I mean,
Well, you stab him in the neck, and he twitches a few seconds, and kicks his legs, falls down. Picture of his kids on the desk falls down. Break.
you didn't tell me that. Why did you wait?
And there's like a
Son of a
close-up
bitch.
shot of that one too. The director lingers too long on it. It's maudlin.
You know, the blood like
Runs on
slowly
his kids'
trickles onto the kids' faces.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to take
And,
I'm going to take off all of his clothes immediately. and then I'm going to sprinkle
Okay,
cocaine all over.
Coming. Okay, this is becoming a team. Okay, so you're doing that. You're doing that when, meanwhile, upstairs, it's just about the time you guys have to create your diversion. And amidst the crowd, the snooty crowd looking at the De Niro paintings, what do you guys do when it comes time to make that diversion?
All right, so the our watches, our alarms are going off, and so all right, man. Like, did you like want to start a fight or something, or like, well, or I could just like start going like all spazzo and stuff, you know?
Yeah, I think you should like snort up the rest of that cocaine and just go fucking wild, go fucking crazy, shit your pants. Fuck a cat, do something crazy.
Right. All right, man. I'm gonna fucking do it, man. All right, fucking like psych me up and shit, like fucking slap me.
And I'm gonna start smacking him around and like, and while I'm also saying stuff like, you know,
All right, come on, buddy, you got this, man. You got this. 10 G's, buddy, 10 G's. Come on. You're gonna have all the fucking snow. You're gonna have a whole fucking ski slope.
Yeah. Snort some snow, and I'm gonna fucking just unload all that up my nose.
Right here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm causing a distraction.
Okay.
I would
You
just shove my whole nose
bag.
in what's left of it.
All right, yeah, and now you are getting what you wanted, which is some attention. Even as the last few paragraphs of your guys' conversation, rising in intensity, started getting looks from the people immediately around you, and then you're like Tony Montana in this bag of. You come back up with your nose and mouth all powdery white, like you've been eating sugar donuts, you know, and oh yeah, you feel it rushing through you. Oh, well, you know it's a bad idea, but you can't help it. No, maybe it's not such a bad idea. And what do you do to now that you
Man,
rush?
that fucking shit I got from that security guard is fucking awesome, man.
People look all
Oh,
over.
man.
People look in opposite directions. They're very confused at this point. The security guard comes running over from the other direction. You see him running in towards you. What do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna start flopping around.
Like on the ground, like full on the
Yeah,
ground.
full on fish out of water.
Okay,
flopping.
and what are you doing, Funeral?
I'm gonna jump in front of the security guard and say,
Whoa, hold up. You gotta hold on. He's got a medical condition. I can help him. Hold on.
Is there a doctor here? He yells out, and then he's like, says something into a walkie-talkie, and then downstairs you hear as you're taking the guy's clothes off. Fingers, you hear
I got a possible drug overdose upstairs. Can you call this in?
I'm going to answer him.
okay.
Yeah, that's actually planned. He's a famous performance artist.
What?
Yes. If you go over to the shorter one, right? Funeral's
Yeah.
the shorter one, right?
Yeah. What?
Just
yeah.
double check and just say, isn't that Vincent X, the famous performance artist?
Are you serious? And who is
I'm
this
dead
anyway?
serious. I don't know. As long as you guys.
Where's Joey? Where's Joe?
Joe had to step out for a moment. His kids, he had a problem with his kids. He had to go home and see them.
His kids.
yeah.
That guy adores his,
You know,
he
his-
adores his kids.
His wife.
He's their whole world.
Twist the fork.
Well, that's
Not even
that's pretty sad.
to mention all the kids.
That's sad to hear. Does he also help orphans as well?
Oh yeah. I mean, it's the kids. Not only his own kids are gonna miss him, but all the kids at the mission down in Nicaragua. It's like 42 kids. If it wasn't for him, they'd be at the mercy of the sex trade. But luckily,
Go
the monthly
fuck you,
support
fuck you. That's so cruel. Okay, you know what? I'm taking the fork with me. Let go. All right. I don't know.
Well, you at least keep this
I was
guy on the
trying to-
phone for a minute.
Well, I keep him on the phone, but I try to convince him, basically saying that this guy is a performance artist. This is actually a performance artist. His name is Vincent X, and he only has to double check. If you don't believe me, double check with a couple of the people. Say, is that Vincent X? And they'll tell you, because I'm betting that these snooty people won't be able to say no. They won't say, I don't know. They'll say, of course, yes, allowing this performance to continue. Which
think
means
it's a good
actually
plan, but I think
Funeral's
it'd be-
gonna have to back it up.
I think it'd be very hard to do, so I'm going to roll 3 dice
Shit.
to get the target number. I've got 6 and a 4 and a 1, but that could have been worse. That's an 11. So on 3 dice, because I do think desperate bullshit stories are now at least in your area of expertise. And so go ahead and please roll for him, Ryan. 3 dice, only add the top 2 together, and beat an 11.
Okay,
Come on,
just
Ryan.
a quick point of clarification.
Yeah.
So when the boss rolls, when he rolls 3, does he just keep all 3, or does he only take the top 2?
I only take the top 2, and so that is a 10, not an 11.
And I do mention that it's a 20-minute performance in which he flails about for 20 minutes. And at some
Well, I
point,
don't know about
think,
that.
Oh, okay, no.
Well, no, we'll see. Well, we'll have to see how
we'll
well.
see if we. We'll see if we
This is like a
What
really
is it? What is
blow
it?
this out of the
I
water.
got 11.
11. Oh, you're lucky. You're lucky. And so
I just
there you
tried.
go.
How do we roll? You're rolling really well, Ryan.
Lucky, I guess.
Because I've listened to some shows where the rolls are just like. There was one show where you guys could not catch a break at all.
House of
It
Whiff.
does happen. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
That's become the House of Whiffs effect. But this is we are rolling nicely, and yeah, you barely talk him into it, especially because he doesn't know for sure who you are, but he thinks maybe you're just a replacement. Who knows? But against all odds, you talk him into it, and he says, "Actually, folks, I'm told this is some kind of performance art." He walks up to you with, who's this guy? What's his name?
Oh, you mean Vincent X?
Oh, you know Vincent X. You're lucky. Yeah, we'll just call that luck.
Well, that's what we called him before. So I mean,
Yeah. So this creates enough of a diversion that who knows what's going to happen. But meanwhile, what do you start doing downstairs? You get out the drill and go to work?
Oh yeah,
What?
yeah. I'm gonna start immediately because we need to get that save open and see what's in it.
Okay, well, you start in on that. And meanwhile, that guy who earlier you guys were talking to, Bart Dalton, the art buyer, big chiseled jaw and broad shoulders, he comes back over.
Damn it.
He said, listen, don't you think you say there's some kind of performance art, Vincent X performance art? This guy looks like he's freaking out on drugs. He looks like he's having a drug overdose. That looks like cocaine. I think to be on the safe side, maybe to be on the safe side, you should just call the police, he says, the security guard. And if it turns out to be nothing, well, so be it. Better to be a little bit embarrassed than to have a guy have a drug overdose right here on your watch. I mean, do you want to be responsible, sir? Do you want to be responsible? He says to the security guard.
Can't you just enjoy the show?
No, what I see there is that's a big problem. And if you're not going to call the police, sir, I will. I'm going to go across to the coffee shop and call the police. And if it turns out
down there,
I'll apologize.
when I'm down there, like, how likely would it be that I would overhear them talking while
Very
I'm?
likely.
What did you say?
Very likely.
Very
Yeah,
likely.
you would definitely hear them.
Okay, because I want to. If I can hear them, then I'm, would be in on it, and I'm gonna try to very subtly wink at the guy, the broad-shouldered guy, while I'm down there. So then he'll think that it is performance art. But I don't want anyone else to see it. So, I'm trying to do it really secretly.
Yeah, okay. I think for a variety of reasons, it'd be very challenging to convince this guy of that. So I'm rolling 2 dice, but I've rolled a 5 though. So I think. I'll go ahead and let you roll 3 dice on me.
Oh,
You get another 1?
I got 2 1s and a 3.
I'm going to save these all up and spend them all at once in a giant clusterfuck. So I got 4 so far. Okay.
I think what Scott was talking about earlier with the bad rolling, that's mostly from me. I've always fucking rolled badly. For 20 years, I've been rolling shitty.
Yeah, so he actually leaves the building.
I want to follow him now.
Okay, you walk outside.
Right.
He turns around, he looks at you, he walks down the steps, he's walking across the street. There's a van over there, and it says Skimpy's Dog Washing Service. It's a great big van with like dark tinted windows. And he's walking back over toward.
I think I might. I know I didn't go out there, but
And meanwhile, we cut back downstairs to your face glowing in the drills. And yeah, more time. Seems to be going so slow. But meanwhile, you're outside. I imagine Flo is still convulsing on the floor. While the crowd is all staring, and a lot of them are. The word is going through the crowd that this is performance art, but no one's for sure about that. And meanwhile, he walks across the street. He walks around to the other side of the van, and he knocks on the door of it, and then he gets into the passenger side. And that's what you see.
Well, now that I know he's a cop,
yeah, I suspected that from when he said broad shoulders, and then some chiseled chin or whatever. Man, this guy's undercover. I think I think a Flo suspected it, but then yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, shooting a van in the gas tank isn't going to cause it to explode.
Not according to Mythbusters, no.
You could put a banana in the tailpipe. I learned that from Beverly Hills Cop.
I could put
Yeah.
Well, Funeral is trying to think on his feet of precisely what to do.
Okay.
And he's going to just go with his gut and do the stupidest thing that he could think of, but it was the first thing that came to my mind. And he's going to run over to the passenger side of the van and knock on the window.
Okay, well, before you even get close to it, it's on the other side of the street, right? When you're like halfway across the street, all of the van doors open, and 6 guys all get out. They're all wearing windbreakers that say DEA on the back. And then your friend Bart Dalton from inside goes, "Can we help you, sir?" And they're all walking forward aggressively, but they don't have weapons out or anything.
Oh, shit!
Says Funeral and turns around and runs back towards the fucking museum.
Get him!
He didn't even try to explain.
So DEA agent Bart Dalton says, "Get him!" And a chase ensues. Meanwhile, downstairs, the first bad thing happens that I've been saving with one of these number ones. That means this lock has a vibration sensor on the inner wall that will feel the vibration from the drill and trip additional deadbolts. So you're in the middle of and then clunk, clunk, clunk. 3 more deadbolts go kung, kung, kung. Oh, man, this is bad news. This is very bad news. This is going to add a whole nother 15 minutes to your time because you're going to have to go and saw through each one of those. So you got about 25 more minutes to go. It's bad news. But you still don't know what's happening outside. Meanwhile, inside, on the floor, you're still convulsing, I guess?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so Flo, you're convulsing when all of a sudden, Funeral comes tearing back in back in the front door. And what do you do when you run back in? Funeral?
He pulls out his fucking gun.
Uh-oh.
And starts waving it around and says,
All right, nobody fucking move. This is a hostage situation.
Well, I think that they're either going to freak out, panic, and run, or they're going to fall on the floor or freeze or whatever. But it's going to all depend
Anybody
on
who starts running gets shot.
Well, it's just going to become a strength of your personality here. So go ahead and roll your 3 dice, because intimidating crowds is something you do. And but it's a confusing, challenging time. So I rolled 2 dice for them. I got an 8. You need a 9 or higher on your 3 dice.
And I can't make this shit up. I got a fucking 9.
Well, there you go. You get exactly what you need. And everybody drops to the floor immediately, although they're screaming and crying. And one of the people knocks over one of the paintings, the De Niro paintings, because some of them are out on pedestals, you know. And it falls to the ground, and there's further. And I guess you're still convulsing. And about 2 seconds later, the front doors all fling open. And then a half dozen DEA agents, led by Bart Dalton, come in and they get a look at the situation. Dalton puts a hand up, like telling the other guys to stand down. But now they've all got their sidearms out. And he's, take it easy, fella. Take it easy. We can work this thing out.
Yeah, we can, but I prefer to work it out from a distance. Why don't you back out of here a little ways before I have to start putting holes in people?
You know I can't let you do that. The second, maybe you kill 1 or 2, but we're going to drop you the second that happens, and that's not the way this night has to go. We know why you're here, and we don't think you're operating alone. You talk to us, you work with us, maybe we can work something out for you. Maybe you'll be back on the Jersey Shore before you know it someday. Who knows? But work with me. Just stand down, put the gun down so nobody gets hurt, and everything will be okay. And you've got a friend there who's probably... You can stop now, he says, since you've already winked at him. Everyone, it's not performance art. He's faking. That is real drugs, though. And you're going down, by the way.
Hey, man, fuck you, pig.
So please, put the gun down, all right?
And that was performance art, man. Well, what else would you call it, man? I mean, I was acting, you know. I'm going to take a bow.
There's some
Take a
awkward
bow.
silence.
Take a bow.
Yeah, it's awkward.
There's awkwardness.
There should be some.
And,
there should be a little bit of clapping, just like a smatter of clapping.
It's from some joker in the back who's not afraid. Yeah. But so what do you think, pal? Just put the gun down and we can talk. We can work with you. All right? It's totally in your best interest.
What? So
I'm not talking to you, druggie.
do I see that they're wearing like DEA jackets
totally,
and stuff like that?
How much time?
But why they would be here because of the tiny amount of drugs you have, it's probably not why.
How much time do I have left to get through this double bolt?
Well, by now you got about another full 15 minutes left.
Knowing that not knowing obviously about the trouble he has run into with the lock, but knowing that he should have been done by now, I'm going to start backing towards that rightmost room with Flo, and still got gun out and everything. I'm like,
Man, you should take me as a hostage, man. Like, put the gun up to my face.
I think I will actually go ahead and take Flo as kind of a hostage.
Hey, what are you doing, man? Are you a fucking pig too?
I'll fucking kill him. Don't you come fucking one step closer to me, you fucking DEA fucking pigs.
He's bluffing. They're working together. He's bluffing.
He'll fucking do it, man. This dude's fucking crazy, you know?
You seem to know who I am, and if you know who I am, you know I'm not fucking bluffing.
It doesn't matter if we're working together, he's still gonna fucking kill me. Guy, don't you care about my life just because I'm a druggie?
And where are you moving towards slowly?
The rightmost room with the staircase.
Okay. He holds up his hand again to his men and lets you back through into the room. And the second you are back in the room, though, you hear a flutter of steps because apparently he's motioned everyone to run the hell out through the front doors in the meantime. It's like his first priority was getting them the hell out. All the hostages, all the guests, you know.
Right.
Yeah. And, but that's giving you guys some time alone in the room, which I presume, where you going for the stairs or?
Yeah.
Okay. Going down. Where you meet your friend, and you get down there and you can see there's a security guard with... You can't see the fork in his neck because the fork got taken out, but You do see the
guy got bit by a vampire.
yeah, it does. It looked like a bit by a vampire. But
There's vampires in Jupiter Springs. I know.
wrote that.
My friend told me about it.
Well, anyway, yeah, but you can see the drill and there's sweat breaking out on Figure's forehead. It's taking longer than he thought, apparently. Anyway, so you know it's only a matter of time, though, right?
What kind of safe is it again?
Yeah, it's a Centurion Mark IV.
Is there
Which
any
I
sort
made
of?
up.
Is there any sort of? I believe in the Centurion Mark IV. And correct me if I'm wrong. There's a mechanism that can only be reached if someone has an extra finger on each hand. we have to get in.
Here's what I know
You have
about
to
it.
understand. We have to get in that safe. We have to know what's in there. A man has died.
What I can tell you for sure about it, from a technical perspective, is that when you set the drill borehole just right, then you can manipulate the lock gates until they disengage. But I would say, man, for you to pull that off this late in the game, it would take a miracle, and you've got luck against you. But I think if you can beat a very hard roll, that because of that extra finger, it gives you some basic advantage.
You should
Not
give
only three
me
dice
a
and
little
it's
bit
not-
of a handicap for the extra finger. Is extra fingers.
I'm giving you a little bonus for the extra finger because that's helping you to manipulate the tumbler better.
Good.
Because you can get in there with that mini pinky better than your actual pinky
Right,
can.
right.
Most people, when they get down to pinky, they can't go any smaller. But not you. You've got the pinky, the Twinkie. And you stick the Twinkie in there. And so I rolled a 4 plus 6 is what? That's 10. This is bad. So on 3 dice, you got to roll an 11 or higher.
Oh shit!
So I don't know if that's going to happen.
We can
But
we can do it, Ryan.
Twinkie,
No,
little
Ryan.
star.
Ryan's been doing it for
It's
me.
barely possible.
He's gonna do it. Come on, Ryan.
I don't know about this one. We'll see with luck. Nope. And a 1
Damn it.
on top of it.
Jesus.
Well, I'm going to use my other bad luck to have those guys outside. They really got their shit together, those DEA agents. And as soon as they got those people out the door, they're across the room, into the right room, running to the top of the stairs, charging down the stairs. You can hear them thundering down the stairs towards this security office, which you're all in. And what do you guys do? You think they're going to be in here any second?
Oh man, we got a bolt,
Yeah.
man.
I assume we shut and lock the door.
Yeah, you better go over there and do it now.
Well, then, if it's not done. Yeah, if it's not done, I'll do it.
Yeah, run over there quick. Boom, boom, boom. And just then you can hear bam, 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 bam on the outside of the door.
Dudes,
One goes, get the other security guard from upstairs. Get that key down here. You hear the voice.
we gotta bounce, man.
It's not been quite 15 minutes, but with the extra pressure, maybe just a little luck, or maybe God just wants you to see this thing before you
Before we die. Before we die.
But the safe pops up. It's like you're not even sure exactly what the fuck you just did. If when you were jiggling with it before, you didn't think it was working. Somehow, the thing pops open, and there's a few paintings in there. Most of them are covered with brown paper, but this gleaming golden statue is sitting in the center. I mean, you wouldn't need a truck to carry it, but it does look like it might be pretty heavy. It's about 4 feet tall, and it's a hideous looking thing, all full of feathers and a grimace. It's got elements of a jaguar to it, but also elements of a snake and a human. It's a bizarre looking thing. None of you are art experts, I don't believe. So we're history experts. There's not a lot else you get from it, but you can see it. There's no way out of here that you can think of.
Is it breakable?
But you found it. I don't know. Why don't you go see?
Because my idea is that they're after drugs, and the drugs have to be inside the statue, the statue. What kind of drugs? I don't know. What if we break it and the drugs get everybody high, and we can escape? I mean, that's a long shot, but anybody else got a better idea?
Yeah. Well, do another death kick on the door and just throw, and one of us will throw the fucking
Nice.
statue out at the cops.
Let's do that. Like the whole Three
well,
Stooges thing. Like
desperate times.
But like, there's drugs in there, man, and you're gonna like throw them.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, and you don't have that much luck because you can hear the guy running down the stairs now with the key. You're like, get that key down here. Get that key down here, son. Get us into this room. And so are you going to go ahead and, I guess you'd have to time this right, wait for them to actually unlock it, and then do the death kick on the door, right?
Right. I mean,
I think that's challenging.
If Ryan's
I'm gonna roll
asking,
2 dice.
Ryan is requesting a death kick, and I'm going to say no. Fuck no. I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say hell yes. That's 2 death kicks that we've done now. Death kick my
Well,
heart.
here comes the second death kick.
my heart.
You're going to death kick my heart. You're going to need higher than Vince Neil's vocal range. You're going to need a 5 to get this. That's not very high at all. So I rolled 2 dice, and that's what it was. So you need a 6 or higher. I think we're allowing 3 dice with the death kick. So
Oh, got exactly 6 with 2. Oh no, I guess it would only be a 5 because of
I
the
just
2
say
1.
6 or higher. Oh, you did a 5 and 2 1s? Uh-oh.
Yep.
Well, there's more 1s stacking up against you, and you didn't succeed on that. So, bam! So you kick the door. Furthermore, I'm going to use one of those ones to say you sprain your ankle badly. You hurt yourself that. And then the door swings open, and Agent Bart Dalton and 60 agents are all pointing their service gun, pistols in the room, pointing at you. He says, "Freeze!" And what do you guys do?
I launched the statue at them.
Yes.
Okay, it's not even made of real gold. You realize when you first pick it up, it's so much lighter than it should be. And you hurl it across the room, it just explodes in the doorway with this great boosh of white powder. It goes all over. Of course, it rains down all over. Bart Dalton's the guy right in the doorway. He looks like the Pillsbury Doughboy now. I mean, he's just covered in white powder, and they're all sneezing, and they're confused. And what do you guys do in this moment? This one moment.
Well, I'm bolting fucking back up the stairs through them as fast as I can.
Okay, what about you, Fingers?
Well, I have a sprained ankle. Is that what you said? Or
I know.
Or am I able to go to
Yeah.
run?
Well, I'm just asking, are you going to try to run, or are you going to stay here? Because sprained ankle or not, that doesn't mean you can't run. It just means you really fucking hurt yourself, and it's going to suck.
Okay, I have to run. But
You do.
before I do, I'd still have the fork,
Yeah.
right?
You do still have the fork.
You know
and
what?
You're covered in coke.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run, and if I have to stab my way out, I will. I'm gonna fork my way out of this.
Swinging the fork, and again, this is all happening in milliseconds, so
Right.
a lot of these guys are still and it's all confusion.
And I'm just stabbing necks, stabbing necks, stabbing necks, stabbing necks.
Next, oh my god, this is terrible. Now they're screaming on top of it all.
Stabby necks. Wasn't she in Fleetwood Mac?
Oh my god. And then finally, the only one left in the room is Flo. And Flo, you look down, this mountain of coke that's been spread all over the hallway. It's collecting in the corners. It's all over the place. It's gunky. I don't know if you're even going to be able to help yourself.
So, what I'm picturing is like slow motion raining down of this cocaine, and he's like standing with his arms outstretched, like, with his head up, his tongue out, and he's just gonna let it wash over him. He's not even. I don't think he's even aware of anything else.
And then I'm going to use my next to last one to interrupt that with him getting tackled by a half-blind DEA agent charging into the room. Boom. Still in slow motion, of course, as you guys fly across the room together and slide in the cocaine across the floor, leaving a nice trail. And meanwhile, you two are at the top of the stairs. There's alarms going off now. There's sirens outside. Which way do you guys go? Back entrance, front entrance? What do you guys do? And of course, if you care funeral at all about Fingers, you're gonna have to kind of support him. You know what I mean? And do that. He ain't heavy. He's my brother. Hop. either out the front or the back. You're not sure what happened to your friend Flo.
Well, given the funeral now is begun viewing Fingers kind of as his, sort of rage counselor. Yeah, he will definitely do that. And
I think he's gonna suggest that, look, if the fucking deer came in this fucking van over here, we could just fucking boost the van and get the fuck out of here.
You gonna go out the front door, or, well, that's where it is, or you can go out the back door.
Wait,
Or we can go out the back and just take our fucking van.
are there
away.
are there people coming in the front, like as a
Well, you hear sirens getting louder and louder, like real police, local police
because
are showing up.
my first
But yeah, there's actually. Go ahead.
my first instinct was that there's still that catering van out the back, and that
That's true.
if we could somehow, I mean, there's a chance that catering van might get us out of here without being spotted. By the way, what happened to Flo? Is Flo with us, or is he? Did he?
No,
He was tackled, right? He was tackled. Right?
yeah, he's
Yeah.
going to
Poor Flo. Flo didn't like. He was the least. He was just a good time dirtbag. Like, look, I murdered people with forks and impregnated strange women. I'm like, poor Flo. He just wanted to have a good time.
Well, Flo will be an informant. He'll become an informant, and they'll cut him a deal. The DEA likes to cut deals. He knows a lot. He's going to give him Troy, or whatever his name is.
Well,
So what do you want?
We'll
I'll
find
leave-
out what happens to him in a bit.
I'll leave it up to funeral. Whatever funeral wants to do.
Well, given that there are now sirens incoming, yeah, out the back for sure.
All right, you guys get out the back where there are two DEA agents stationed waiting for someone to run out the back, and they say freeze and raise their guns out at you. Do you want to engage in a firefight on your way to the van,
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Let's
or do you
do
want
it.
to surrender?
What do you want to do,
Yeah.
funeral?
I haven't killed anybody yet today.
Wait, can
It's
we have a
challenging
moment?
to shoot your way out of
Or
here.
can I have one moment where I look at funeral and say rage or something like that?
like go.
Go. I rolled an 8. You need a 9 or more. This is challenging to shoot your way out.
We're gonna get fucking killed, dude.
I did roll a 9 exactly, but I also oh wait, no, I dropped that one. So I rolled yeah, I rolled an 8. Well,
Still in slow motion. Blam, 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 blam. You guys are like running towards the car, and now do you want to surrender or do you want to go out? In a blaze of glory. I'll let you do.
well, Din Dickin can't let it go on a Bon Jovi song.
So I look at funeral and I look at him lovingly in the eyes, and then I hug him and I say go, and then I run at the DEA agents. I'm going to sacrifice myself for funeral.
Being supportive to the last. You go rushing towards them. And now to actually live through this is very challenging. So I rolled 3 dice. I'm discarding the lowest one. I live with 2 5s. So this is a 10.
Oh God.
I'm letting you roll all 3 dice, though.
I don't remember what I needed. I got a 10.
You need a. I have 2 5s, a 10. You need an
That's
11.
exactly what I have.
Right. Unfortunately, you must not meet the number. So, funeral. I'm sorry, fingers. Funeral, you see fingers. In this act of self-sacrifice, charge towards the DEA agents. And he just staggered backwards, like blam, 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 blam. His shoulders moved backward like he's dancing. And he slumps to the ground.
What's the lady's name from earlier?
Roseanne.
That's the last thing I say. It's Roseanne. Like Rosebud.
And then you've made it to the truck, but you're bleeding badly. And you go speeding off. But I use my final... well, I have 2 1s left, and I feel like I just want to use them really badly. So as you're speeding off, you go out into the street where there's a station wagon driving by, coming back from Pale Dales, and make a challenging. Oh shit, I'm mean. I just rolled a 6 and a 4, so 10 did not hit it. And then yes, it's the exact same fucking station wagon from earlier.
Oh God! And so I got to get an 11.
Yeah.
I got a 9
Oh no! And bam!
and a 1.
And then you're not stopped. The car that did, but you spun her car around. She looks up, you asshole! She looks and sees it's actually you. She recognizes you from earlier. But you're shaken, and you begin driving. But now there's a police car at the end of the road, and it chases you. And so you're now in a police chase. And so I've just rolled. I think a police chase should be hard in the modern world. But I'm discarding this bottom 2 I rolled. And I have another 6 and a 4, unfortunately. So again, I need another 11 to not get caught up with by cops.
Why is it that when he started rolling at the end, when we needed all the luck, we ran out?
Yeah. And soon you're almost surrounded by 3 cars. One of them gets in front of you and starts to force you off the road. You're gonna have to basically be forced off or crash. What do you choose?
God, I could crash. Bam! I'm not wearing a seatbelt. I would go flying through the windshield
In slow motion.
into a tree, where I smash my skull into the tree and shit my pants.
Sounds perfect. Sounds perfect.
Somebody was going to shit their goddamn pants in this game.
Well, meanwhile, you are arrested, Flo, and taken away. But eventually your lawyer has you committed to drug rehab instead of prison.
Is there any way that we can roll to see if I impregnated?
Well, you know what? We decided there's a 4 in 6 chance because you wanted that baby. I know you did. And I think that matters. I think that adds a certain psychic edge to the sperm that gives it a little more courage, a little more determination to penetrate that wall and fertilize that egg. And I've rolled the dice, and I have here a 1, a bright red pip on a multicolored die. And so maybe it's true that Fingers did not make it out alive from this session, but there's another little 6-finger Farconi who will the mutation will be passed on.
I just want to say that what happened between me and that lady in the bathroom was beautiful, and that we made love, and that you guys will make fun of it, but me and Rosanna, we could have been something if I hadn't gotten mowed down with bullets.
I think you should write a song about it.
That in a way is a happy ending, and that's a great way to end it. So happy endings, everyone. Pass the torch, and Scott, we'll definitely have you back on again. We'll have Scott back again sometime, maybe for a fiasco, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, thank you guys. It was awesome. I'm a huge fan of the show, so it was really cool to hang out with you guys and meet Colin. And
Yeah, definitely. I think, Fiasco would be great.
Yeah, somebody write us an email and tell us which Fiasco playset we should use when we have Scott back next time. We really will do it. Literally, somebody, you should send us the email because you don't know, but we'll actually do it. If you send it. Tell us.
all right, I guess that's it.